guys, welcome back to The Fishing Teacher. Appreciate you guys coming by the channel today. And today, guys, I'm going to show you what is arguably, without a doubt in my mind, the most realistic crawfish looking lure that looks exactly like a crawdad as any bait out on the market. And this thing is very versatile to fish. I'm going to give you guys some tips and advice on how to fish it and sort of just a couple different tricks with it, because I've been using it now for about 5 years, and we're going to be talking about the Megabass sleeper craw. I mean, look at this sucker, guys. It looks exactly like a live crawdad, and there's a bunch of characteristics inside of this lure that I'm going to describe to y'all, and definitely is going to add up to some good fish for you guys, not just this spring, but all year long. And guys, I will put the sleeper craw link in my tackle warehouse link in the description of this video. If you guys would like to order some of the sleeper craws after I get done with the video, you can use that link. It's a great way to support the channel, guys, and get you some good deals on a sleeper craw. They got a bunch of different colors there and a freaking awesome bait, man. You guys are going to really like this video here. Also, guys, thank you very much for everybody that's taking time to hit that subscribe button here to The Fishing Teacher. Join as a channel member or Patreon member. Really appreciate that. And real quick, guys, if you are interested in booking a private on-the-water lesson with me, all you have to do is go to my Facebook page, Intuitive Angling with Randy Blaukat, and send me a private message for details. So appreciate that. Okay, guys, this is not a new lure from Megabass. It's been out several years, and for the life of me, I don't understand why this sucker has not caught on more and become more popular, because it's a fish catching bait. Now, if you haven't seen one before, a couple different characteristics that make this unique. It's got a keel weight on the bottom here, which is really cool. And basically you fish it just like a jig, because it's got the keel weight, and then it's got the hook that is buried in the top of the craw here. You can't even see it, which collapses down, you know, when the fish bites it like that. So this is one of the things I really like about this bait. There's nothing that telegraphs it that is unusual with the hardware. Like, you know, most baits, they have a big honking hook hanging out of them somewhere, or treble hooks hanging off the bottom of them, but this doesn't have any visible hook. And the thing that makes the sleeper craw unique, working it on the bottom, is these craw pinchers are super elastic, and they float. They're high floating craw pinchers. So what it has is when the bait hits the bottom like this, the craw stands up with the pinchers sticking straight up in the air like that, almost like it's sitting on the bottom like this. And a bass you got a picture, this bass comes nosing down on this craw, and the bass is like the crawdad is like trying to protect itself by, you know, trying to be intimidating. So it looks just like a live crawdad to the fish trying to protect itself. So it's very visually appealing to the bass. And another thing that's really important, guys, is you need to use scent on this thing. And I've talked about this before, guys. This bait pop scent, I don't want to make this sound like an advertisement, because it's not. This is freaking awesome. You put it on the tip of your finger, and it'll stay on your bait for like, you know, 30 minutes. Just put it on your finger like that and just rub it in the bait. And why this is so important with a bait like the sleeper craw is, since this is a slow bottom bouncing lure, is these fish will nose down on this thing, and it looks just like a real crawdad. I mean, it looks exactly like a real crawdad, but when they get close enough and they smell that, they smell all those amino acids and the fish scent and that bait pop, that's when they'll just gobble the thing up. And also, guys, I'll put this bait pop link in my tackle warehouse link in the description of the video too, if you guys would like to pick up a couple tubes. They got a bunch of different flavors and colors. Stuff's freaking awesome. So anyway, that's sort of the characteristic of the sleeper craw. Now, let's talk a little bit about when it works and how you want to fish it. This thing will work all year long, and it works in a wide range of conditions. They got a bunch of different colors that allow you to fish it in dirty water, in between water, or clear water. They got some dark colors like black and blue for the stained water, and then they got some more subtle crawdad patterns as it gets cleaner. But you'll just have to look in that tackle warehouse link, and you can see a bunch of different colors. When I first got this thing from Megabass, you know, I had the prototype before anyone else had it a long time ago. I thought it was going to be like a bait for like a football head jig, like fishing it deep on points and dragging it. And to be honest with you guys, I tried it doing that at Table Rock Lake and Stockton and Bull Shoals, some places around here. And I caught a few fish on it, but not very many. And it was only when I was actually filming a video down at Grand Lake in Oklahoma probably 3 or 4 years ago now. And I had been to Table Rock the week before, and I'd been dragging that thing on points and not catching much. And I was doing a video on flipping laydowns at Grand Lake. And I just happened to have this thing still tied on from Table Rock, and I'd been pitching like a brush hog around. I picked this thing up, guys, and flipped it into that lay down tree, and immediately one annihilated it. And that clued me in on the fact that the sleeper craw is a excellent pitching and flipping bait. So that's how I've had my best success on it, is flipping it the same way that you would a worm, a jig, a creature bait, or whatever. I've caught fish on it, you know, on docks, on lay down trees, and lily pads, and grass beds, stumps, just pitching it to bare rock, you know, anywhere, same place you'd pitch and flip anything else with it. And another thing that I started doing with it, and actually there was one of my co-anglers that clued me in on this. This thing works great as a swim jig, because he was talking about how, he goes, I've had my best success on it just like a swim jig. So I started doing that. I started, you know, throwing it out, keeping my rod tip high, and just sort of shaking it back as I reel it. And that craw going across the surface like that, the fish will hammer this thing same place that you know, fish a swim jig. So super, super versatile, guys. A lot of different things you can do with it. Most of the time, I put it on my flipping stick with like 15 to 17 pound test Seaguard Vizex fluorocarbon, because I do pitch it and flip it a lot. Now, occasionally, guys, like if I'm fishing for smallmouth or something, you can catch fish on, you can catch smallmouth on this thing, dragging it out on points. But for me, it's more about a pitching and flipping type deal in shallow water cover. And like I said, I've caught bass on it anytime the water temperature is over 55 degrees, from March all the way into November, December. But I just want to clue you in on it, guys. We've talked about it before. You might want to pick up a couple there at that link in the description I put, Megabass Sleeper Craw. It'll get you some good bites, man. And especially if you have tough fishing conditions where the fish are very finicky, that's where this thing works really good. So hope it helps you guys out. We'll talk later.